I'm gonna ask you this because you're training more people now than anybody else. On the swing, is there a common problem that you see regularly?
Well, usually it's just that their hips don't go all the way back.
The hips don't go all the way back. That's a good one. How do you fix that? You're talking about this, right? Where they're kind of like that?
Yeah.
They're shorting the swing? Okay, tell me how you'd fix it.
Well, for the most part, I start with a heavier kettlebell.
That'll sometimes do it.
To have them move and then they can't do it. Hitting is coming from them not sticking their butt back far enough.
Yeah, it could be. Actually, you're right. I didn't think of that actually, but you're right. That could be. The other reason it sometimes happens is somebody who's been doing it a little while, or people who naturally look for efficiency, that would be lazy people like me, will shorten the cycle of the movement to make them faster. If I go back farther, it's more work, right? So I'll just make it a shorter swing so I don't have to do as much work, right? So you got to look for the lazy people like me who will short their cycle. I don't short my cycle, but that kind of person, their body is just looking for efficiency, right? And it is more efficient, but it's not as effective. There's a difference between efficiency and effectiveness. We're always trying to help people find the perfect, safe, efficient, and effective, right? Like doing a dance. All right, so the good one would be, let's do this. Grab a 16K. Yeah. And I'm almost out of time anyway, but we're gonna play with a couple quick little tricks.
I just think you're really strong.
He's right, you are. All right, so come over here a little bit. There we go, set the bell down. All right, show me that terrible swing that you were talking about, that super efficient swing. Okay, now park it. So, you see that? You see what she's talking about there? Where the swing isn't going very deep, right? Okay, so this is right out of the SFG. What do we do? This is one way. This is not the only way, you guys, to fix this, but this is one good way, right? Is I take a yoga block, or I could use this manual something to create a target back here, right? So start by doing that really efficient swing first, and then I'm gonna tell you to hit this yoga block behind me, or behind you, not me. That would be weird. All right, good. Now I want you to hit the yoga block. There you go. Hit it again. There you go. A little bit more. There you go. Come on, a little farther. There you go. Do we see a difference? Right? And then I take it away and I tell them to keep going. Was that a better swing? Clearly it was a better swing, right? Did you know that trick?
Yeah.
Have you used that trick? No. Use it. It works. Another way is sometimes people can't feel it. So if people can't feel it, this can work. Like they just don't understand. They're like, I'm going back. What do you want me to do? I can't, right? Maybe they just don't understand what it feels like. So then in this one, you could take a band, put it here, and have them get in that position. What does it feel like to have the bell pull me back, right? And what is that? And then, right? That's essentially my kettlebell swing. So that's another one that works pretty well, depending on the situation. All right, I have time for maybe one. You have any other good ones that people fuck up on? Excuse me.
I have a question.
Yes, I love questions.
In that part of the swing, would it be appropriate to like regress them to like kettlebell height?
You could say, let's go back to your hike with that bell. Just practice hiking. But let's say you do that and it looks fine, then you're kind of like, well, where's the disconnect? Like if it's an efficiency thing, like you're working with somebody who's been here for 4 years and they've just learned to get really efficient when they do a lot of swings, and you're like, move your hips back more, get your hips back more, and they're not listening, or they're listening and they're trying but they're not able to do it, then that target thing just quickly fixes it. It's not a fundamental issue. It's I got efficient, I started cheating is all it is, right? Versus the band thing is usually a fundamental thing. They just didn't get it. So in that case, maybe the hike would work. Or going back, hike, pendulum swing, dead stop swing. I think dead stop swings can be really good for that, right? Let's do some dead stop swings and see what's going on. Feel how you have to get back there. You could do that with the book thing too, instead of continuous. Kind of depends on the person. The point is to be problem solving, right? So it's not, I give you this tool. This is one right out of the manual, right from the SFG. But let's say Isabella thinks of another brilliant way to do it. Is that wrong? Hell no, it's awesome. In fact, I hope she shares it with me so that I can add that to my tool bag so I can help me be a better coach and instructor, right? There's sometimes SFG people will post stuff online. I'm like, that's brilliant. I'm going to start doing that because that's a good trick. That's going to help. And not all cues or tricks will work on all people, right? Sometimes I feel like I'm just throwing shit out to see what works. A common one is the knees forward in the swing. So the swing looks like this. Do you see it? Yeah, very squatty. So what is wrong there? Let's say you told me you had me doing good mornings. I get it. I do a great deadlift. Why would I be squatting my swing? If I can deadlift clearly well, and I totally get this hip hinge and this good morning thing, what's wrong? Where's the disconnect? Do you want to see it again? Watch. What's wrong with that?
You're not utilizing the middle of the swing well enough.
Let me tell you that doing them bad is really hard. With swings, it's usually a starting or ending problem. If it's not one of these two, then it's an in-between. And an in-between problem is a timing problem. The rhythm's off. So, if I was doing that again, and you were watching it, tell me where I'm messing that up. You tell me if it's the ending or the beginning too.
You're not absorbing the weight problem.
And that's because of why? There's good eye on that. It's a timing. Watch my hips.
Oh, you're throwing it back? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I'm moving the hips too soon, causing the bell to come down and pull forward, and my knees to compensate for that. Because why? Because it's pulling me forward. If I didn't, I'll go for a ride, right? So it's a timing problem. How do we fix it? Do we just say, fix your timing? What's a good way to fix it?
One of them, I mean, I don't even really like that one, but the pushing them.
Let's show them. Show them with me. All right. You see?
You have to grab it at the right time.
Catching it is key, right? If they have a good finish, it shouldn't be too bad because they should have a good float for you to grab it, right? But it could be a little... Notice that when she did that, she didn't stand right in front. Terrible idea to stand in front of a gun. Makes sense, right? To the side, where you can catch it and be out of the way. What she did was after she caught it, she threw it down. Now, Isabella's right. I don't like pushing the bell on people who might not be very strong or very coordinated. Can we guess why I don't like that for those two populations? Huh? They fall down, or worse, actually, they'll start to feel pull in their back. Their back will hurt really bad after that. Because what happens is if you're pushing it really hard and they're not really ready for it and they're not very strong, it starts to yank on them and they're not ready for it. So their whole body just loses tension and they get into problems. But with somebody like me, or you, or you, or you, it'd be fine. If we were having a problem, we did it. We're more than strong enough to deal with that. So I think the one I usually do is the same one, but without pushing the bell, I just let it go. I like to play the game of I'm gonna psych you out. So actually, let's do that for them. You do it. We're almost done. All right, so she swings the bell. I catch it, you see, and then I say, keep your butt tight, like you're in a plank. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. And then I let it go, right? And I might do that a couple times. Don't move. Don't move, keep your butt tight. Keep going. And then I'll just keep them going, right? And park it. So, do you see how what I'm doing? Why am I doing it? I love this one. This is my favorite one.
Catches them off guard.
But why does that matter?
Because now they're naturally moving.
But why does that matter?
Because they're not.
It teaches them to be more
You're right.
active and responsive to the weight.
Yes, yes and yes, but there's more to it. I'm gonna give you the answer. First, I want them to keep that locked out top position. Second, the reason they're probably moving their hips, not guaranteed, but probably, they're anticipating the bell moving downward and they're moving out of the way of the bell because they're anticipating. It's almost kind of like I'm afraid the bell's gonna hit me. So here, I don't let them. I don't give them a choice. I'm like, I fool them, I psych them out a few times, and then I just drop the door out from underneath them. And they have to respond. Now that too, going back to the one we just did before that, can catch them off guard. So you need to be careful with that one. Choose the person wisely. Choose the bell size wisely. If you don't use a very heavy bell, it'll be fine. The other place I've seen to push the bell, we call that an overpressure swing when you're pushing the bell regularly down, right? So let's say, I'll do it with Isabella. I'm gonna swing it, and every swing you're just gonna push the bell down.
I didn't do that.
Right. This is actually a training modality. We can use this with advanced athletes to force them to absorb more energy and be more responsive, right? So you're gonna do it here. Don't hurt me. All right, so push it. Harder, harder, harder. Yeah, you see the difference? Another place we could do that we could take a band, we could attach the band to the bell. Like this. You've probably seen somebody do this before, right? Create like a lark's head here, and then you stand on it, there, like that, and you see what that does? Why would I do that? One, I don't have big bells, and I want to make it harder, but my biggest bell's a 16. That's one reason. Two, it's a more dynamic pull down. Could that fix what we were talking about before? Yeah, if you didn't have a partner, or you didn't trust them, or you didn't trust yourself, that could work, right? Why not just train swings all the time like that?
You gotta give your client a chance to.
Because it's an unnatural rhythm. You're not always gonna have a band around, and you're superficially creating greater amount of tension and push down. You're not working with a natural rhythm of what would be within gravity. It also could potentially have some side effects if somebody's tendons or ligaments aren't prepared to absorb that kind of energy on a regular basis. But there are people I know who train their swings regularly like that. So is it wrong? No, it just, my favorite answer, it depends. Always be thinking and be curious about why you do a thing. And one of the things you'll see on the interwebs all the time is a lot of cool shit. You're like, why don't I just do that all the time? And that's really fun and interesting, which has some value and truth. But also, I encourage you to think why. Be curious about why I would do a certain thing and what is it doing for me or for my clients or our clients, right? Is it the best choice now? If it's correcting something, I say yes. If the athlete is advanced, what happens with advanced athletes?
They plateau.
They plateau. Basically, they stop getting better, right? Why?
The workout's getting too easy.
No, actually, it may not be. The workout may be really fucking hard. Same has been really hard all along. We just keep increasing the weight.
Your body adapted to the stimuli.
Yeah, it's no longer a novel stress. It's not new anymore, right? So why doesn't Jason, third person talking, it's weird, use bands or chains in our lifts here? Is it wrong? No, it's really great, actually. besides the fact that it costs more money. But what do you think is the reason? If the basics still work, stick with them. Save the chains, save the bands, save the pin pulls for when the basics stop working.
So would it be safe to say like using like the simple stuff as a foundation?
The basics work great for a reason, right? You keep doing it, and then it's like, think of it like this. It's like if you introduce a novel stress too early, it's not really novel anymore. Then when you need it, it isn't as effective. But if you hold on to it until the right time, introduce it at the right time, it catapults the athlete forward. It breaks through that plateau, and actually the basics will start working again. But you got to think about the client or the athlete's career with you, and think long-term when you're introducing things and exercises. So you might get that question, why don't we use chains? Because I haven't had a client yet here that has stopped increasing with the basics enough. The one person I might have thought about it would have been O'Neal. O'Neal would have been probably fun to use chains with because he was getting really strong, and I was like, yeah, let's like catapult him, right? But like you can think about how strong is O'Neal? Really strong, right? Do we have anybody else even close? No. Maybe you will be. We'll see. Anyway, that's that. I had another plan that I didn't get to do, so maybe next time I'll do it. And it was related to swings, and we didn't go over cleans. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll do that too. We'll see. But I'm going to pitch it out to you, and you give me your feedback right now. And that was to go over advanced swing techniques, athletic advanced techniques with swings. Is that something that's interesting to you? Yes. You? Do we know what I mean by athletic swings? Like advanced? Have any idea what I'm talking about?
Probably. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say 2-hand swings.
Nah, we do those already.
I was gonna say swings that incorporate like strength, endurance, like different modalities of fitness.
I was thinking the moving ones, the ones on the floor.
Yeah. Sidestep swings, walking backward swings, box swings, split swings, lunging swings, squat swings, all that shit.